Hi, welcome to the channel English Professionally. And you see this course here, 78 English grammar topics for intermediate and upper intermediate levels. So this video course is for high levels. So all this information is extremely important, and I really hope that you like this video and you'll support this idea with your likes and shares. Okay, and so I have a question for you. Do you want to speak English without mistakes and know English grammar perfectly? So this lesson is for you for levels intermediate and upper intermediate. In other words, I would say it's the most important grammar for higher levels. Really, I'm so happy for you. Your English will be much better soon. Watch all this video. You can also put a like and share it with your friends. Okay, so really, this information is very important, very important, or extremely important. Okay, so 78 English grammar topics. Yeah, a lot, yeah, but very useful. I hope that you understand it, so stay with us. Okay, so yeah, I remember that you asked me to make a video about conditionals. Okay, so let's do it. So zero conditional, yeah, we call it zero conditional. So it's about sentences. It's about sentences with if. It's about sentences with if, yeah. And we talk about present and present. We talk about present and present. And we use present simple and present simple in both parts of the sentence or in both clauses. Okay, so in both clauses, or we also call it parts, in both parts of the sentence. Okay, let me give you an example. Look, if I feel good, I usually go to the gym. Okay, so if I feel good, I usually go to the gym. So it's about the present. It happens regularly. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so you see present simple, feel good. Yeah, you see it in the first part of the sentence. And you also see present simple in the second part of the sentence. Go to the gym. Okay, so if I feel good, I usually go to the gym. So it's easy. Yeah, and it's about sentences with if or when. Look, one more example, the second one. So when she calls me, I always feel very happy. When she calls me, I always feel very happy. So it's present simple again, yeah. But please, many students make a very common mistake. They forget to put s, especially after such words as if and when. Please don't forget to do it. So it's a big mistake, yeah. So when she calls me, yeah, it's present simple. I always feel very happy. So it's always true, and you see it's present simple again. So yeah, so really it's easy, but anyway, you need to know what zero conditional is. Okay, so zero conditional, with if and when. Okay, so we have present and present, and we use present simple and present simple in both clauses. If I feel good, I usually go to the gym. When she calls me, I always feel very happy. Okay, so let's talk about the first conditional. Let's talk about the first conditional. Okay, so we talk about the future, yeah. So we talk about the future in the first part of the sentence and in the second part of the sentence too. Yeah, future and future. Yeah, but you need to remember one rule, that you use present simple after if. Yeah, so right, you talk about the future, but you need to reuse present simple. It's very important. You use it after if or when, yeah, and then you use future simple. Okay, Let me give you an example. If she comes to us, we'll be glad to see her, okay? So if she comes to us, we'll be glad to see her. You see that it's in present simple, yeah? If we have he, she, it, we add s. She comes, yeah? If she comes to us, we'll be glad to see her. It's future simple. It's a short form, okay? So we can say we will or will, yeah? It's a short form. You know that native speakers mostly use a short form, yeah, when they speak. So we'll be glad to see her. Yeah, and it's about the future. It's about the future, but you have to use present simple after if. Why? Because it's a rule. It's English grammar, and you need to know this grammar to speak English confidently, fluently, accurately, and without mistakes. Okay, so I will write this. I'm not a lazy person, so I'll write it down for you. Okay, speak English. Okay, so speak English. So this course isn't only for grammar, it's for speaking too. So you can use all this grammar in your speech, and you can sound more natural and more advanced. Okay, so speak English fluently. It means you can speak it very fast, naturally, like native speakers. So you need to sound natural, okay, fluently, natural, accurately. Accurately means without mistakes, and confidently. So when you feel confidence, when you are sure, yeah, about your speech, that you use the right words or phrases, and you don't need mistakes, okay? So these things are very important. Speak English fluently, naturally, accurately, and confidently, okay? And how can we understand that it's about the future? The second part of the sentence tells us about it. Look, it's in the future, and we understand that the first part is in the future, but we need to use present simple anyway, okay? Good. So if it rains, we'll stay at home, yeah? It's the same situation. It's the same situation. So we use present simple after if, yeah? Don't forget about s, please. If it rains, we'll stay at home, okay? So it's future simple. We'll stay at home. If I pass this exam, my parents will give me a present, yeah? So it's about the future. We see future simple will give, yeah? And we use present simple after if. If I pass this exam, yeah? Although we talk about the future, so it's rule, the first conditional, please remember it. Well, you know, I think that it's a very good idea, yeah, to talk about the second conditional, okay? The second conditional. So when do we use it? So it's for present and present, yeah? So you talk about the present in the first part of the sentence and in the second part of the sentence. But it's about unreal things, something impossible, okay? And look at this structure, how we form it. So it's if plus past simple, yeah, and would plus verb. Please remember it, okay? So we use past simple after it, and then we use would or could plus verb, okay? So let me give you one example, and I hope it will get really clear. Okay, so you see, if I had $1 million, I would buy a very big flat in our city for a start, okay? So if I had $1 million, so it's unreal, impossible, so I don't have this money, you know, I have little money, yeah, not $1 million, so it's too much, and so it's in my imagination, so I imagine it, yeah, it's not true, it isn't true now, it isn't true, so I don't have $1 million now, so if I had $1 million, and we use, yes, and we use past simple. If I had $1 million, I would buy, yeah, would plus verb, so it's about now, so what would I do? I would buy a very big flat in our city for a start, okay? Good. Next. If I lived in America, I would know English much better, or I would know English better. So you can say it, yeah? So you live in another country, you live in another place, not in America, yeah? And it isn't, it isn't true now, so you aren't in America, and so it's in your imagination, okay? So if I lived in America, yeah, so it's about the present but unreal. I would know English better. Yeah, you would know English better, so you would speak English all day, you would listen to English speech all day, okay? And next. So if I were you, I would follow his advice. If I were you, I would follow his advice. So you see, it's past simple, and you need to remember that we use were in conditionals, not was. So we say I were, if I were you, if he were you, if she were you, it's okay. So we use were, yeah, it's a rule for conditionals. You can use was, so you can say if I was, but you will sound more formal. So generally we use were, okay? So if I were you, yeah, so it's past simple, I would follow, so would plus verb his advice. Okay, very good, very good. Well, as you see, we use would or could plus verb, and you could say, you know, for example, here, yeah, I could know English much better. So it isn't a fact, but yeah, maybe you could know English much better if you lived in America. Okay, so the second conditional, present and present, unreal, impossible, okay? If plus past simple, and would or could plus verb. I wish I could fly. If I had $1 million, I would buy a very big flat in our city for a start. If I lived in America, I would know English better, or I could know English better. If I were you, I would follow his advice. Okay, the third conditional, okay? So it's about the past, yeah? We talk about the past in both parts of the sentence, in the first one and in the second one, but it's about unreal things, something impossible, okay? And how do we form it? Look, if plus had plus past participle, or the third form. So what is past participle? Look, for example, go, went, gone, okay? So gone is past participle, or we also call it the third form, okay? So if next had plus past participle, yeah, we see it in one part, and would have plus past participle in the second part, okay? So look, but it's unreal. If I had failed that test, so you see, had plus past participle, it's unreal. If I had failed that test, it means, in fact, I didn't fail it, so it's in my imagination, I imagine it. So if I had failed that test, I would have got very upset, okay? Would have plus past participle, so would have got, get, got. You can say, we say get upset or become upset, so become, became, become. So you can also say I would have become very upset. Look, if I had failed the test, it's in my imagination, but in fact I didn't fail it, I would have become very upset. Yeah, but I didn't fail that test, and I didn't become upset, so everything was okay. Yeah, next, look, one more example. If I had moved to America, I would have found a simple job for a start. Okay, so it's about the past. It's in my imagination. It means I didn't move to America. Yeah, I didn't move to America. But if I had moved, yeah, so had plus past participle. If I had moved to America, yeah, would have plus past participle, I would have found a simple job for a start. Okay, I would have found a simple job for a start. Would have plus past participle. But, so, did I move to America? No. So, and as a result, I didn't find a job because I wasn't there. Yeah, I wasn't there. I didn't move to America. So, it's in my imagination. Okay, about the past. So, the third conditional. Yeah, we talked about, so past and past, unreal, impossible. So, go, went, gone. Gone is past participle, okay? So, if plus had plus past participle, we see it in the first part, and we see would have plus past participle in the second part. Look, if I had failed that test, I would have got very upset, or I would have become very upset. Okay, one more example. If I had moved to America, I would have found a simple job for a start. Okay, good. Well, let's talk about mixed conditional sentences. Okay, mixed conditional. So what is it? It's when you use maybe parts of the second conditional and parts of the third conditional. So we often use parts of the second conditional, parts of the second conditional, and parts of the third conditional. So it's very important to study it, because as I know, I can tell you from my teaching experience that students make this mistake again and again when they try to use conditionals in their speech. But if you want to speak English without mistakes, and if you want to have a strong advanced level or intermediate, upper intermediate, you need to know this grammar. So you have no choice. You need to know it, and I think it's easy. Okay, so look. If I had got into another university, yeah, so you see it's the third conditional. It's unreal in the past. Okay, so if I had got into another university, but in fact it isn't true, so it didn't happen, so I didn't get into another university, but it's in my imagination. If I had got into another university, and we see that it's about the past, unreal, because it's a part of the third conditional. And look, I would live in another city. So would plus verb, it's a part of the second conditional. So why do we use second conditional? So you see, because the first part is about the past unreal. Yes, it's about the past unreal. Yeah, and the second part, it's about the present unreal. Yeah, so you can also use now. For example, I would live in another city now. Okay, look, so yeah, you see that I would live in another city now, so it's about the present. And if it's unreal, about the present, you need to use would plus live. Okay, well, so you see, so we use the second conditional because of now, but let me give you one more situation. So look, so if we didn't have now, so maybe if it's about the past, if the first part of the sentence is about the past and the second part is about the past, so you can use the third conditional for both parts. You can use the first conditional for both parts. Look, okay? Please have a look. If I had got into another university, yeah, it's about the past, I would have lived in another city. So it means that, yeah, not now. Yeah, not now. We don't know what is now. It's about the past. I would have lived in another city. Yeah, so I lived in one city, and I had to go to another city to study there. So it's possible, yeah, if it's about the past. But if it's about the present, we need to use, yeah, the second conditional. Okay, maybe you need one more example to understand it really well. Okay, look. If I had studied English at university, you know, students often try, to tell me it, yeah, this kind of idea, and so that's why, I decided actually to give you this example, yeah, not other examples, but this example, yeah, because it's very common. Okay, look, so if I studied English at university, I would know English better. I would know English better now, or I would know English much better now. Yeah, they are, they try to say it, but students never say it correctly. Yeah, maybe they know that, they can use sentences in the first, second, third conditional, but usually, they usually have very little knowledge of the mixed conditional, and you need to know you need to know the mixed conditional here. So look, if I had studied English at university, okay, so it's about the past. If I had studied, but they didn't study it, yeah, I would know English much better. So they would know English much better now, yeah? So it's unreal about the past, and it's unreal about the present, yeah? So very interesting grammar. Okay, good. So maybe you need one more example to understand it really well, I can tell you from my experience that students continue making this mistake, okay? So they tell me something like that. Okay, so if I had studied English, at university, I would have known it much better now. Okay, I would have known it much better now, yeah? And they try to use the second conditional, okay? So yeah, that's right. So if I had studied English at university, it means, they talk about the past, unreal about the past. That's true. So had plus past participle. At university, I would have known it much better now. But please look, the second part is about now. It's unreal about now. So they can't use the third conditional here. They need to use the second conditional. So would plus verb. Only this way. Would know, yeah? Would know it much better now, yeah? And you know that I think 99% or maybe 100%, 99.9, yeah? So 99% of students, actually they make this mistake again and again, but mixed conditional, and I think that you won't make mistake and you'll use it in your speech very naturally and effectively. Okay, look, if I had studied English at university, I would know it much better now. Okay, good. Well, let's talk about if only, and this structure, if only plus past simple. If only I knew about that. It means that I want to know it very much. Okay, I want to know it. I want to know it. I want to know it very much. So I really, you know, I really want to know it. If only. So it's my wish. It's my strong wish. It's my strong wish. It's my strong wish, but unreal. So it is unreal, yeah, and that's why we use past simple like in the second conditional. So yeah, if you talk about you talk about the present, okay, so you talk about the present, but okay, but what? But unreal. You talk about the present, but unreal. So like in the second conditional. So I hope that you remember it, yeah. And that's why we use past simple. Okay, if only plus past simple. If only I knew about that. So I want to know it very much. So it's my strong wish. Or maybe if only, maybe you need $10,000. Yeah, now, and you can say if only I had $10,000 at hand, for example, yeah. So if only I had 10,000, if only I had $10,000 at hand, yeah. But you don't have it hand, yeah. Maybe you need to borrow this money, and so you say if only I had $10,000, yeah, at hand. Yeah, it means it's about the present because we use past simple. Okay, good. So the second very important grammar structure, yeah, and please also have a look at our videos on grammar. So 150 English grammar structures on our English channel, or on our channel English Professionally, and have a look at other videos. So if you like videos for intermediate students and upper intermediate students and maybe advanced students, please let me know in the comments below. Well, so next, it's time and it's high time, yeah. So we also use past simple with this structure, okay. So it's time and past simple. Okay, it's time we went to the party. It's time we went to the party. So we use past simple. So it means that really we need to go. Really, we need to go to the party. So we need to hurry up. So we need to hurry up. We need to hurry up. We need to hurry up. So we need to go to the party. So it's time. So yeah, it's time we went to the party. Or you can also meet it's high time. It's high time. You know, it sounds stronger. It sounds stronger. Okay. So it's high time we reach a strong advanced level in English. So it's high time, and then you use past simple. It's high time we reached a strong advanced level in English. So this structure actually, yeah, this structure sounds stronger. Okay, this structure sounds stronger, and it's very good. So it's high time we reached a strong advanced level in English. So maybe you started learning English 10 years ago or 15 years ago, and your level is still intermediate or pre-intermediate or upper intermediate, and you know, you can't actually reach advanced level although you have been learning English for many years. And in this case, for instance, or for example, you can use this sentence. Okay, so it's high time we reached a strong advanced level in English. So it's really time for you to do it. Okay, good. Okay, modal verbs in the past: can and could. Let's talk about modal verbs. It's a very important part of English grammar. So if you want it, we can make a special video about all modal verbs in English, or we can, you know, make separate video, yeah, about each of them. So can and could. You know that we use can for the present and could for the past. Okay, so you know, I can help you. I can help you. So it's about the present. It's about the present. And I could help you. It's about the past. Well, it's the first meaning. So it's about the past. But you know that this modal verb has the second meaning, yeah? It's about our possibility. It's about our possibility. Look, I could learn English very fast. So it means that it's possible for me. It's possible for me now. Yes, it's about the present. It's about the present. Okay? Possibility about the present. So it's possible. It means it's possible, yeah? I could learn English very fast. Okay? And we often use it when we ask questions, but when we want to sound very polite. Okay, so we use it for polite. We use it for polite questions. We use it for polite questions. Look, so yeah, could you help me please? Could you help me please? Could you help me please? Yeah, could you do it for me? Yeah, but we are talking about modal verbs in the past, you know, because I suppose that yeah, I was wrong, so it's 78 English grammar topics for intermediate, upper intermediate and advanced level 2, because you know we cover many grammar points, yeah, for advanced level, for this high level, and I think it's okay. So maybe we'll have a more detailed video. Yeah, for advanced students, but really we cover many points for advanced students, and I think that we need to change the title. Yeah, intermediate, upper intermediate, and advanced. Well, and this video is very special. You know that there are many lessons for beginners, elementary students, pre-intermediate students, but unfortunately there are a few very informative courses, video courses, I would say, for high levels, and I suppose that we are on the right way and you'll fully support me, not partly, fully. Okay, so, well, you see, okay, so we talked about modal verbs again. And what about can in the past? What about can, modal verbs in the past? So it's could, you see, it's could. So I could help you. But you know that could have another meaning, yeah? If it's about possibility in the past, we need to use this structure, yeah? Possibility in the past. Could have plus past participle. Look, she could have been there. She could have been there. So it doesn't matter he, she, we, yeah? We use could have. Always could have, yeah? Could have, not has. Could have been. She could have been there. It means that it was possible for her. It was possible for her to be there, but she wasn't. Okay? It could have happened. So it was, was possible for something to happen, but it didn't happen in reality. Okay? So she could have been there. It could have happened. So very important English grammar. Well, so what about must? Must is also a modal verb. So you know that we use must plus verb. You must listen to me. You must listen to me, okay? Must plus verb. If you talk about the past, so you use had to, yeah? Had to. So had to is must for the past time, okay? I had to get up very early, okay? So it's about the past, you know, and I remember our English teacher at school, and she always used this gesture about the past. So she didn't correct us. She didn't correct us. She just, she didn't correct us with your words. She just showed it, yeah, and we understood, yeah. It was about the past. Okay, so you see, I had to get up very early. Well, but you know, must can have another meaning in the past. So it can be about probability, or a very high level, okay, a very high level of probability, okay. So look, it's must have plus past participle, okay. He must have been right. He must have been right. He must have been right, okay. So it's about the past. So it means that you're almost sure, but not absolutely, okay. So you're almost sure. You're almost sure. You're almost sure, but not. But not what? But not absolutely. Yeah, almost sure, but not absolutely, okay? So he must have been right. Must have been right. So you're almost sure, but you can't say it for 100%, okay? So he must have made several mistakes. It's the same thing. Must have plus past participle, okay? So I think that, yeah, he made several mistakes, but I'm not sure for 100%. I'm not absolutely sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's I'm right, yeah? Okay, so it's must. Good. So you see must plus verb. You must listen to me. So must, but had to in past simple. I had to get up very early. Yeah, but if it's a very high level of probability in the past, yeah, we're talking about the past, we use another structure. Must have plus past participle. He must have been right. You're almost sure, but not absolutely, okay? He must have made several mistakes. Well, what can we say about should? We use it when we want to give some advice, okay? Should plus verb, okay? You should look after your health, yeah? It means it's a good idea. It's a good idea for you, okay, to look after your health, yeah? But you know that if you want to use should in the past, if you want to use should in the past, okay, so it should have plus past participle. Please remember it. So maybe you can write in the comments below, and if you do it, I'll be really happy, okay? So I should have found this channel much earlier, okay? So should have plus, yeah, plus past participle. Should have found that it was a good idea for you to do it, but you didn't do it for some reason, okay? I should have found this channel much earlier. Good. So should plus verb. You should look after your health. It's a good idea for you. Should in the past. Should have plus past participle. I should have found this channel much earlier. Good. Well, could. Could is also a modal verb, yeah? We talked about it. So could in the past. Could in the past. It's in the past. If it's about probability, yeah, we use could have plus past participle, okay? So it could have happened. Could have plus past participle could have happened, but it didn't happen, okay? So it didn't happen, okay? It didn't happen, but it didn't happen, okay? She could have done it on time. Could have plus past participle, but she didn't do it on time. I could have taken the right decision, yeah? Could have taken, but I didn't take the right decision, yeah? So I took the wrong decision. Could have taken. So you see, could in the past, so it's about probability. Could have plus past participle. It could have happened, but it didn't happen, yeah? She could have done it on time, but she didn't do it on time. I could have taken the right decision, but I didn't take the right decision. Well, may and might, yeah? So you know that if you talk about the future, you can actually say may or might plus verb, yeah? I might do it. I might do it tomorrow. I might do it tomorrow. It means that maybe, okay? Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. We say may or might, okay? May or might. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. So, okay, it's about the future. But if you need to talk about the past, yeah, we use this structure. May or might have plus past participle. Look, it may have happened or it might have happened, okay? So does it mean? It means maybe it happened, maybe not, so you aren't sure, okay? So maybe it happened, maybe not, you aren't sure, okay? It may have happened or it might have happened. Or look, she may have passed the exam or she might have passed the exam, okay? So we always use have, yeah? He may have, she may have, we may have, so please remember it. So she may have passed the exam. It means that maybe she passed the exam, maybe she didn't pass it, we don't know, yeah? She might have passed the exam, so we aren't sure. Good. Well, be able, okay? So you know that we often use can, yeah? We often use can. Okay, good. But how will you say it in the future? Yeah? So how will you say it in the future? Can. So what is can in the future? Yeah? You know that we use will be able. So will be able, it's for future. It's for future. I will be able to come to the meeting. So you can say I can come to the meeting, or I will be able, yeah, it means I can come to the meeting, but I will be able to come to the meeting. So it's for future. It's our possibility, our ability in the future. Okay? It means that really, I'll do it. Really, I'll do it. Really, I'll do it. Really, I'll do it. Okay? I'll do it. Really, I'll do it. Okay? Next, I will be able to finish everything on time. So it means that, yeah, really, I'll finish everything on time. I'll finish everything on time. So it's can in the future. Will be able. Will be able. Good. And you know that sometimes we use able for the past, and we use was or were able. Was or were able. Yeah. She was able to help us. She was able to help us. Usually we use it about ability, like with could, but once, one time. Okay, so she was able to help us. So we usually say so if it's, you know, if it was just one time, or she could help us. It means that maybe she often helped us. So it's how most people understand it. Yeah, but we use mostly could, but you also need to know so how to translate was, were, able, and you know that we often use in our speech, yeah, what? Or will be able, yeah, will be able, okay? So be able, can and will be able for future. I will be able to come to the meeting. So it's ability in the future. Really, I'll do it. I will be able to finish everything on time, okay? So was, were, able, yeah, ability once, and she was able to help us. Yeah, maybe once, and she could help us, so regularly. Good. Good. Next. Be allowed. Smoking isn't allowed. It means you can't smoke here. You can't smoke here, okay? Or he isn't allowed to do it, yeah? So to be allowed to do something, he isn't allowed to do it. It means someone, so it means he can't do it, yeah? He can't do it because of someone. He can't do it because of someone. He can't do it because of someone, okay? He wasn't allowed to go out. It means he couldn't do it. It's about the past. It means he couldn't do it because of someone. So be allowed. Smoking isn't allowed. You can't smoke here. To be allowed to do something. He isn't allowed to do it. He can't do it because of someone. He wasn't allowed to go out. He couldn't do it because of someone. Okay, let's talk about passive voice. Yeah, and also have a look at our video 12 English tenses and 20 English tenses forms. So where we studied active voice and passive voice. So passive voice, present simple. Let's remember it. They produce it, yeah, or we use it is produced there, or it is made there by someone. Okay? By someone. So yeah, good. It is produced or it is made there by someone. So if it's by someone, you need to use passive voice. Okay, let's write it down. So if it's done, if it was done, if it will be done by someone, you need to use passive. You need to use passive voice, so present, past, and future. Okay, look, they produce it, and it is produced there means by someone. It is made there by someone. M is R plus past participle. Okay, so I'm often praised. It means by someone. Someone often praises me. Okay, I am plus past participle. I am plus past participle. It is made in China. It is made in China by someone. So is plus past participle. It is made. They are watched. So it's passive voice. It means that someone watches. them. Okay, so they are watched by someone. Good. What about passive voice, past simple? It's the same thing, but we use was, were plus past participle. Look, it was done on time. He, she, it was. It was done on time by someone. They were punished. They were plus past participle. They were punished by someone. Okay, good. Well, futures, yeah, passive voice, past simple, was, were plus past participle. It was done on time. They were punished. Good. future simple. Passive voice, future simple. Will be, how do we form it? Will be plus past participle. Look, this work will be completed soon, or will be finished soon. Will be completed or will be finished soon. So will be plus past participle. This work will be completed soon. This work will be finished soon. Your work will be checked tomorrow. Okay? So your work will be checked tomorrow. Will be plus past participle. So it will be done by someone. Your work will be checked by someone. Good. Passive voice, present continuous. So you remember when we use present continuous? I hope so. So it's for things which are happening now, yeah? And how do we use passive voice in present continuous? Am is are plus being plus past participle. Look, he is criticized. You see, it's present simple passive. It's present simple passive. He is criticized. Good. It's present simple passive. So it often happens, yeah? So it often happens. And look, he is being criticized. So he is plus being plus past participle. He is being criticized now by someone. It's happening at the moment, okay? So it's happening now. It's happening at the moment. Look. Next. One more example. This subject is being discussed now. Okay? This subject means it, so we use is. It is. This subject is being plus past participle discussed. This subject is being discussed now. Good. Well, what about passive voice with present perfect? So it's have has plus been plus past participle, okay? So when do we use present perfect? When there is a connection, I hope you remember it, when there is a connection with the present, and we use it with such words as just, already, yet, okay, yet, ever, never, never. So have has plus been plus past participle. Look, so she has already said these words, so it's present perfect. It's present perfect. You know that it's if you use have, has plus past participle, it's present perfect. Okay, it's present perfect. You know, I think that you know it very well. So it's present perfect. Yeah, and you see, good. So what do you see? She has already said these words. Yeah, has and said plus past participle. We put already in the middle. And if you want to say it in passive, so you will do the following. These words, it means they have, so they have. Already, you put it in the middle. Been plus past participle said. These words have been said. Okay, so you can say these words have been said, or these words have already been said. You know that we put just and already in the middle. Okay, she has just mentioned it, so it's present perfect has mentioned, and we see just in the middle. Or it has just been mentioned. Has been plus past participle. Mentioned. So mentioned is the third form. It has just been mentioned. Good. Well, next. What about passive voice? Yeah, in past perfect. How do we form it? You know that past perfect, it's one time before the past. Okay, so I hope that you remember it. Okay, so passive voice, yeah, past perfect, had been plus past participle. Look, when she came home, so it's past simple, I had already done my homework. It's past perfect, so it's one time before, yeah? So first I did, then she came, so it's one time before. Let's say it in passive voice. When she came home, it's past simple again, my homework, yeah? And then you need to use passive voice. Had been, or had already been, plus past participle, had already been done. So when she came home, my homework had already been done. Good. So passive voice. Yeah, common structures. Look, we often hear it is said that he lives there. It is said that he lives there. It means other people say so. Other people say so. It is believed that ghosts exist. Other people say so. It is expected that he will win. Other people expect it. Okay? Or we can use another structure. Okay, so it's said, believed, or expected to do something. Okay, said, believed, expected to do something. To be said, expected, believed to do something. Look, you can also say he is said to win. He is said to win. Look, he is said to win. It means that other people say that he will win. So passive voice plus to plus verb. Okay, so passive voice plus to plus verb. So I think that this grammar is new for you. So he is expected to win. Yeah, it means that other people expect that he will win. She is expected to take this place. Other people expect, yeah, that she will take this place. So interesting grammar. Good. Next. So present perfect. Perfect. Yeah. We talked about present perfect passive. Let's talk about present perfect. Yeah. So you remember that we use it with such words as yeah. Let's look at this information again or one more time. So you see, when there is a connection with the present, okay, so just, already, yet, never. And you also remember, I hope so, how we form it, okay? So have or has plus past participle, have or has plus past participle, okay? And we put just and already in the middle. We put yet in at the end of the sentence, and we use ever in questions. Look, I have already watched that video. Have watched. Yeah, and we use already in the middle. So if we have already, we need to use present perfect. So this word tells us that we need to use present perfect. Next, she has told me about that. She has just told me about that. Has plus past participle told. Has told. And we put just in the middle. She has just told me about that. I have never been to China. Have never been, yeah, we say I have never been, we put never in the middle. I have never been to China. And you need to remember that we use to after being in present perfect. Okay? Have you ever been to England? So we use ever in questions. Have you ever been to England? My parents haven't come back yet. We put yet in the end. So haven't come back yet. So it's present perfect. Good. What about present perfect continuous? So how do we form it? Have has been plus verb plus ing. And when do we use it? With for, since, and how long, yeah? So for tells us, yeah? So, and actually, so this action, so we are talking about present perfect continuous, so this action started in the past, and it's still happening now, and it's still happening now. Look, I have been learning English for 3 years, okay? So have been plus verb plus ing. I have been learning English for 3 years. We have 4. It tells us that we need to use present perfect continuous. I have been learning English for 3 years, okay? Or we can also use since, for example. I have been learning English since my childhood, okay? It means I started learning English when I was a child and I'm still learning it. How long have you been living here? How long have you been living here? Yeah, we use a present perfect continuous with how long. How long have you been living here? You can say for a year, for 2 years, for a month, for 2 weeks. Okay, very good, well done. Okay, let's talk about past continuous. Really, how do you form it? Was, were, plus verb plus ing. We use it for long actions, in the past. For long actions in the past, yeah? We often use it with when, yeah? So when she called me, yeah, it's past simple. I was working, yeah? So I was working, it's a long action. I was working, and then suddenly she called me, okay? When he came, I was cooking. So it's a short action, it's past simple. I was cooking, it's past continuous. I was cooking, it's long action, and then he came. Good. What about future continuous? How do we form it? Will be plus verb plus ing. We use it for long actions. We use it for long actions in the future. Yeah, often with wait. Often with wait. Okay, often with wait. So I'll be waiting for you. Yeah. So there is an emphasis on the duration. There is an emphasis on the duration. Yeah, emphasis. There is an emphasis on the duration, that this action is really long. So I'll be waiting for waiting. It's very important. Okay, it's very important. Yeah. So I'll do it with impatience. I'll do it with impatience. Okay? Yeah, it's very important. And I'll be waiting for your reply, yeah? So we also see an emphasis on the duration, yeah? It's very important, yeah, so your reply is very important for me and I'll be waiting. So it's future continuous. Well, so past perfect, yeah? We talked about it that it's one time before, okay? Or one time before had plus past participle. He said that he had won. So first he won and then he said, yeah? So first he won and then he said. She said that she had passed the exam. Okay? So first he passed, yeah? First he passed and then she said had plus past participle. Well, past perfect continuous. So what is past perfect continuous? It's past perfect plus 4, okay? So had been plus verb plus ing. Look, when she came, it's past simple. I had been cooking for 40 minutes. Yeah? So what does it mean? What does it mean? So it's one time before. It's one time before. And you also have for. It's one time before and you also have for. Look, it means, yeah, that first, yeah, what does it mean? It means that I started cooking, yeah, so and I was doing it, yeah, I was doing it maybe for 40 minutes and then she came, yeah. So first I started cooking, so and it lasted for 40 minutes. She came, and when she came, I was still doing it, okay? So when she came, I was still cooking. If you say, when she came, I was cooking, so it's past continuous. If you say, when she came, I was cooking, it's past continuous. So it's a long action, yeah, it's a long action, but we don't see that it happened 20 minutes earlier, 30 minutes earlier. We don't see it. But if you have for, you need to use past perfect continuous. It's one time before. Okay. So future perfect. So it's very easy. So what is future perfect? Students often ask me. Yeah. So and sometimes, yeah, I like saying so. It's future simple plus by. Yeah. So if you are talking about the future and you need to use by, so you need to use future perfect. How do we form it? We'll have plus past participle, okay? So I will have reached, we will have plus past participle, the next level by next month, okay? So you can say, please compare these two sentences. I will reach this level next month, or I will reach this level, or I will reach this level next month, and I will have reached the next level by next month, yeah? So this level or the next level, okay. Two similar sentences, but there is a small difference, yeah? So it's about by. Okay, next. Future perfect continuous. Future perfect continuous. Well, we form it this way. Will have been plus verb plus ing. Will have been plus verb plus ing. So it's about future again. Yeah, please have a look at our videos on English grammar or English tenses. So, and you'll see more examples. So have a look at our playlists, and if you talk about the future and you have by and for, you need to use this tense. Look, I will have been learning English, have been plus verb plus ing. I will have been learning English for 2 years by next year. So by and for, and you use future perfect continuous. So I think it's a good idea for you to make up your own examples with all these, grammar structures. Good. Well, let's talk about present continuous for future. Yeah, we use it when we talk about, when we talk about our plans or arrangements. When we talk about our plans or arrangements, okay, or arrangements. So I'm having a meeting tomorrow. So you know that you know how we form past continuous. It's easy. So am is or plus verb plus ing. I'm having a meeting tomorrow. Okay, so it's in my plans. It's in my plans. Okay, or we're having a party tonight. We're having a party tonight. Okay, so we often use it. We often use it with tomorrow, tonight, next week. So we often use it with time markers of present continuous, of future simple. We often use it with time expressions. We often use it with time expressions, with time expressions of past simple. So it's okay. It's okay if I ask you, so what are you doing tonight? What are you doing tonight? What are you doing tonight? So it's okay. What are you doing tonight? So it's it's present continuous for future when we talk about our plans and arrangements, and when we have time expressions, for example, tonight, tomorrow, next week, next month. Well, we can use one more very popular structure. It's to be going to. Yeah, so it's our plans. It's about our plans, but you aren't sure, you aren't certain, but you aren't sure, but you aren't sure, you aren't certain. So yeah, so and we form it this way. Yeah, am is or are going to do something. Okay, so I'm going to do it quite soon. I'm going to do it quite soon. So it's in my plans. So but maybe, yeah, it's in my plans. Yeah, but maybe I'll change my mind. But maybe I'll change my mind. Change my mind. It means I'll change my decision, or I'll change my plans. Okay, maybe I'll change my mind. Okay, I'm going to watch your videos every day. So it's in your plans. So you see that this information is really useful, and these lessons really help you. So if so, yeah, I'll smile. So thanks, yeah, thanks for your support. And you want maybe to learn English on this channel, English professionally, every day and for many hours. But who knows? Yeah, but who knows what will happen, yeah, in your life. So maybe you won't have free time, or maybe you're busy one day. Who knows? So it's in your plans. I'm going to watch your videos every day. Good. Future in the past. Yeah, future in the past. Yeah, if it's about future in the past, we change will to would. Look, she said it. It's direct speech. She said it's direct speech. She said, I will do it. I will do it. Yeah, if you want to use indirect speech, or in other words, we also call it reported speech. We also call it reported speech, okay, we changed will to would, okay. So she said that she would do it. She said that she would do it. So we change will to would in the past. She said that she would do it. He said that he wouldn't come, okay. He said, we see it's about the past, and we changed will to would. He said that he wouldn't come. Good. Next, used to do, yeah. So when do we use the structure? So when you did something earlier, but you don't do it any longer. But you don't do it any longer. So it was in the past. It was in the past. Okay. It was in the past. Okay. So look, I used to go to the gym 5 days a week. Yeah. Used to plus verb. Okay. Yeah. Used to plus verb. I used to go to the gym 5 days a week. Yeah, I used to go to the gym 5 days a week. It means it's in the past, so you went to the gym 5 days a week, but you don't do it. Yeah, you don't do it now. Yeah, so maybe you don't go to the gym at all. Maybe you go to the gym 2 weeks a day, 3 weeks a day. So that's only in the past. You did it earlier. Okay. Next, so used to go. Well, so used to play football. I used to play football regularly. It means I played football regularly earlier, but not now. Well, there is another structure. Be or get used to doing to something, or be or get used to doing something. Okay, look. I'm used to teaching English every day. I'm used to teaching, used to doing, yeah? So we had used to do, but it's another meaning. We have, yeah, used to do, but it's another meaning. We have used to doing, yeah? We have used to doing, and it's another meaning. I'm used to teaching English every day. It means it became normal for me. It became normal. It became normal for me, okay? Became normal for me. I'm used to teaching English. It's okay for me. It's okay. So it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Or I can also say it with get used to. I got used to teaching English every day. So it became normal for me. It's okay. So you can say I'm used to doing something, or get used to doing something. I got used to teaching English every day. And for example, you can say I'm used to learning English very hard. So used to doing, used to plus verb plus ing. I'm used to learning English very hard. It means that it's became normal for you. It's okay for you, and really you learn English very hard, and it's okay. Yeah, you really do it. Good. Well, so the next thing, yeah, make somebody do something, yeah. So let's say it in the past. They made me do my homework, yeah. Make somebody do something. They made me do my homework. It means that I did my homework because of them. I did my homework. I did my homework because of them. So maybe I didn't want to do my homework. I didn't want to do my homework, but they told me, do it. Do it. Yeah, and I did. Okay? So they made me stay at home. It means I stayed at home because of them. So maybe I wanted to go out, yeah, with my friends, but they told me, you'll stay at home. Yeah? I'll make you learn English. Yeah, make somebody do something, so you will learn English because of me. Yeah, so I hope so. I'll make you learn English, so really I need it. Yeah, I want you to know English well. Well, you know that we often use the structure in passive voice. Yeah, in passive voice. Yeah, and if it's in passive voice, don't forget to use to, okay? To be made to do something. So we have, you see, make somebody do something without to, and if it's in passive voice, if the structure is in passive voice, you need to use to be made to do something, and it has the same meaning. He was made to stay at home. He was made to stay at home. It means that he stayed at home because of someone. He stayed at home. He stayed at home because he stayed at home because of someone. So someone told him, yeah, you'll stay at home, and he stayed at home. I was made to do it again. Yeah, was made to stay. I was made to do it again. So I did it again because of someone. Okay. Well, next, tag questions. Tag questions, yeah, which actually mean really. They have a meaning of really. Okay. Let's talk about present simple, yeah, and the verb to be. It is interesting, isn't it? Isn't it? So it means really. It's interesting, really. Okay. So you look, yeah, at it is, and you need to use the opposite form. Okay. You need to use the opposite. You need to use the opposite form. Okay, you need to use the opposite form. So if you have it is, you ask isn't it, you ask it at the end of the sentence. It is interesting, isn't it? Okay, you are happy, yeah, you see you are, and you put are before you, and you make a negative form. Aren't you? You're happy, aren't you? So you're happy, really? I'm a good student. Yeah, but please remember, if you have I am, you ask aren't I. Yeah, you need to remember it. I'm a good student, aren't I? Well, you can have a negative form. Look, it isn't bad. It isn't bad. So if you have a negative form, yeah, you use a positive form in tag questions. Is it? Is it? They aren't busy. So you have a negative form. And if you want to ask, they aren't busy? Yeah, really? So you need a positive form. Are they? It means really. Good. Well, so yeah, we talked about the verb to be. So if we don't have to be, so we use don't or doesn't. If we don't have to be, we use don't or doesn't. Okay, so we use don't or doesn't. So you know that we use doesn't with he, she, it, and don't with we, you, they. Look, she lives here. Yeah, so we see it's present simple, and we have a verb. So doesn't she? Yeah, doesn't she? Yeah, so doesn't he, doesn't she, doesn't it, and don't we, don't you, don't they, don't I. So yeah, we use doesn't she with she. She lives here, doesn't she? Next, he works there, doesn't he? It means really. You know it, don't you? If you have a negative form, okay, or you use the opposite thing, do or does. Okay, do or does, do or does. So you see, she doesn't do it, you need to use the opposite thing. So does she? Yeah, does he, she, it, does she, does she. Next, they don't understand it. So it's a negative form, and you need to use a positive form. Do they? They don't understand it. Do they? Good. Well, what about past simple? Let's talk about the verb to be. When we have was or were, yeah? If you have was or were, So you ask wasn't or weren't. Wasn't or weren't, okay? So wasn't I, he, she, it, okay? And weren't we, you, they, okay? Good. Very good. Look, she was happy. Wasn't she? Yeah? Wasn't she? She was happy. Wasn't she really? They were together. Were, so you need to use the opposite form. Weren't they? So if you have a negative form, you need to use a positive form, yeah, in tag questions. Look, she wasn't sad. Was she? We weren't bad students. Were we? We weren't bad students, were we? Good. Well, if we have a verb, if we have let's talk about future simple first, okay? So future simple. Well, we ask, want. So we use tag questions with the help of want. So want he, want she, or want they, and so on, okay? So he will do it. Won't he? It means really. It will be suitable. Won't it? Really? So if it's a negative form, you need to use the opposite thing, a positive form. Look, it won't happen. Will it? It won't happen. Will it? So very good. Okay, let's talk about present perfect. Well, if you want to form a tag question, you need haven't or hasn't. Look, they have already done it, haven't they? So you have haven't, you have, and you need to use the opposite form, haven't. Haven't they? She has just come back. You need to use the opposite form, hasn't she? You haven't finished it. So if you have haven't or hasn't, you need have or has. Have you? Good. What about past perfect? So we changed had to hadn't. He had done it by 4 o'clock. Hadn't he? What about modal verbs? We change can to can't, should to shouldn't, and must to mustn't. He can speak English. Can't he? Yeah? Can to can't. She should do it. Shouldn't she? Means really. He must listen to her. Mustn't he? Really? Good. What about would and could? We changed would to wouldn't and could to couldn't. He would say it. Wouldn't he? Yeah, so you have would and you change it to wouldn't. Wouldn't he? He could help us. Couldn't he? He could help us. Couldn't he? Good. What about never? It's an exception. Please remember it. It's an exception. You use the same form. Compare. He has been there, so you have has, and you need to use the opposite form. Hasn't he? But if it's never, he has never been there. You have the same form. Has he? Next, let's. So if you have let's, you need to say shall we, okay? So let's do it. Shall we? Means really? Let's learn English on this channel, English Professionally, shall we? Okay, I think it's a good idea. Well, what about if and when? You remember that if you have if and when in a sentence and you talk about the future, you need to use future simple, okay? So I hope you remember it. But there are other words after which you also need to use this tense, okay? So it's before. So tell me about that. Before she comes, yeah? So it's about the future, but you use present simple. It's a rule. Next, after. I'll say it after she leaves. So I'll say it after she leaves. So we use present simple. after she leaves or after she goes out. Okay, so I'll do it as soon as, as soon as she comes back. We also use present simple, so after if, when, before, after, and as soon as. Next, that's also true about in case, so we use present simple with in case, until, and unless when we talk about the future. He will agree with you in case you persuade him. So in case means if, okay? So he will agree with you in case you persuade him, okay? I won't do it until he is here. So it means, what does it mean? Okay, really, what does it mean? It means first, first he'll be here. First he'll be here. Then I'll do it. Okay, first he'll be here. Then I'll do it. Okay. I won't do it unless he leaves. So it means I won't do it if he doesn't leave. If he doesn't leave. So please remember that unless means if not, okay? So until, look, I won't do it until he's here. So first he'll be here, then I'll do it. I won't do it unless he leaves. It means if not. I won't do it if he doesn't leave. Well, the next structures: would rather, would sooner, and had better. Look, it means you'd rather listen to her. So you'd rather listen to her. Would rather or you'd rather is it's a short form. It's, when we give some advice. When we give some advice. When we give some advice, we use these structures. Would rather. So we say you'd rather. Okay. Okay. Next. So would sooner or you'd sooner. Okay. You'd sooner. And you see had better. It's you'd better. Okay. You'd better. You'd better. Okay. So plus verb. So you'd rather listen to her. It means that it's a good idea if you listen to her. Okay. I'd sooner choose the second variant. So it means I prefer. It means I prefer the second variant, and I'd like to choose it. I'd sooner choose the second variant. I prefer the second variant. I'd like to choose it. Okay. You'd better listen to these lessons one more time. It means it's a good idea for you if you listen to these lessons one more time. So if you do it, it will be better. Okay. So you'd rather. We often, use you'd rather, you'd better when we give some advice. Okay. And we often use I'd sooner. When we talk about something which we prefer. Okay. Very good. Well, what about make and do? You need to know some phrases, okay? She made a terrible mistake. So we say make a mistake, okay? Next, she made lots of friends. We say make friends. I'd like to make money. We say do business, but make money. You're making progress in English. We say make progress. That's great. They made a very good offer for their clients. We say make an offer. Make an offer. Good. I made a decision at last. So we say make a decision. I'd like to make sure that everything is all right. We say make sure. It means I'd like to be sure. I'd like to feel confident that everything is all right. She made a very good impression on me. So we say make an impression. Make an impression. I'll make one more effort to learn English. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Make an effort. We say make an effort. Well, next, do. Yeah, I do business. I'm a businessman. You need to do more exercises for more progress. Sure, yeah. We say do exercises, do exercises. Could you do me a favor? Could you do me a favor? We say do a favor, so could you do it for me? Yeah, could you help me? Could you help me? Could you do me a favor? Okay, I do sport and I feel healthy. We did a very interesting research, so do a very interesting research or carry out. So carry out is a phrasal verb, so you need to look at our great video 250 phrasal verbs and at our playlist on phrasal verbs. Well, what about this structure? Look forward to something or look forward to doing something, okay? It means wait for it with impatience, okay? So you really want it to happen, okay? You really want it to happen. Good. So please have a look at these examples, okay? I look forward to this event. Yeah, so it means that you're really waiting for it. It's important and you want to be there. I look forward to going on holiday. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So we say look forward, to something or to doing something if it's a verb. Don't forget to put ing, okay? So I look forward to going on holiday. So I look forward to seeing her. Yeah, so we use ing again, so I really want to do it. I look forward to celebrating my birthday. It means I really wanted to celebrate my birthday, so when will this day come? Good. Well, so next, be about, just about, okay? So it means that you will do it soon. It will happen soon, okay? It will happen soon. Look, I'm about to do it. It means that I'll do it soon, okay? I'll do it soon. I'll do it soon. Or she's about to come. It means that she'll come soon. Or you can say just about, so it's even sooner. It's even sooner. It's even sooner. So this phrase sounds stronger. He's just about to come means that he will come really soon. He's just about to remember it. So he'll remember it really soon, okay? He is just about to leave. It means that he will leave, yeah, really soon. So it's very, yeah. So maybe in a minute or, yeah, in a second or in 10 seconds. So really, so it's stronger than be about. Okay, good. Next, to, in order to, and so that, okay? So I learn English. So really, why do you learn English? It's a very common question. And what will you answer? And you can answer, for example, I learn English to communicate with people from other countries. So to or in order to, yeah? In order to is okay, but it sounds more formal. So I learn English to communicate with people from other countries, or in order to communicate with people from other countries, okay? Well, so it's why you learn English. So why do you learn English? I learn English to communicate with people from other countries, okay? Or I learn English, yeah, you see that there is one subject, okay? There is one subject here. There is one subject here, yeah? I learn English to communicate with people from other countries, okay? So if there are two subjects, you need to use so that. Not to, not in order to. Look, I learn English, so it's the first subject, so that foreigners, it means foreign people or people from other country can understand me, okay? So use so that if there are two subjects. I learn English so that foreigners can understand me, okay? Look, compare. I upload these lessons in order to help you, yeah? So it's one subject, I, or it can be two subjects. Look, I upload these lessons so that you can learn English. So is the I is the first subject and you is the second subject. And so you use, yes, the structure so that, okay? Good. Well, what about, despite and in spite of? So what do you know about it? Good. Well, despite or in spite of. Look at these examples. Yeah, we say despite or in spite of, it means the same. It means the same. I will do it despite all these difficulties, or I will do it in spite of these difficulties. It means I will do it. It means I will do it. I will do it even though I have these difficulties. Even though I have these difficulties, or so I have these difficulties, but it's okay. I will do it anyway. I will do it anyway. Okay, I'll do it anyway. I'll do it anyway. Okay, so it means yeah, you can say I will do it even though I have these difficulties. I'll do it anyway. Yeah, despite or in spite of all these difficulties. Next. Or you can use another structure, despite the fact or in spite the fact. Okay? Look, I think that there is too much information here, yeah? I think it's better now. Look, I will do it despite the fact or in spite the fact that it's very difficult. It's another structure. So you can say despite, in spite of something, or despite the fact or in spite of the fact, okay? So I will do it despite the fact or in spite of the fact that it's very difficult, okay? Or, very good. So, and what else? What else? So I make these lessons despite the fact that I'm very busy. So I'm very busy anyway. Yeah, anyway I make these lessons. Yeah, and really people often say I have no time, so I can't upload lessons regularly. I believe that if someone really wants to do something, he'll find time. So I'm also a very busy person, but I find time for it anyway. Okay, so I make this lesson despite the fact that I'm very busy, or in spite of the fact that I'm very busy. Or we say, yeah, or we say despite or in spite of. So if you want to use a verb, so of doing something, okay? So you can also say, I make these lessons despite being busy, so verb plus ing, or in spite of being busy, verb plus ing. Good. Well, so what about some and any? So you know that we use some in a statement, and we use any. So we use any. So in questions, and in questions and negative form. Okay, it's about any. Look, I have some ideas. Means several. I have several ideas. So it's a statement. Okay, it's a statement. Good. If it's a negative sentence or if it's a question, we use any. Look, he hasn't got any ideas. He hasn't got any ideas. Have you got any brothers or sisters? Have you got any brothers or sisters? So very good. Yeah. If you offer something, so use some in questions. We use some in questions. Look, would you like some juice? So you need to remember it, yeah, that it's possible to use some in questions when we offer something, okay? So would you like some juice? Would you like some juice? Or do you want some juice? Do you want some juice? Well, what about reported speech, okay? He said she is at home. She is at home, yeah? So, and we change present simple to past simple, okay? So, he said that she was at home. Present simple to past simple. He said she works at school. We change present simple to past simple. He said that she worked at school, yeah? He said that she worked at school. He said she worked a lot, so we change past simple to past perfect, yeah? Past perfect had plus past participle had plus the third form. So he said that she had worked a lot. Next, he said she will do it anyway. We change will to would. He said that she would do it anyway. Yeah, you remember that we talked about, future tense in the past, so we changed will to would. Okay, so next. Well done. So he said she's talking to her now. Yeah, so we change it to past continuous, present continuous to past continuous. Okay, so he said she was talking to her then, and we change now to then. It's a rule. Okay, next, he said she has already been there, so we change present perfect to past perfect. So he said he had already been there. Good. He said she visited him yesterday, so it's past simple. We change past simple to past perfect. He said she has visited him the day before. So it's one time before, so we have one time before in reported speech, and we change now to then and yesterday to the day before. Please remember it, it's very important, okay? Good. Well, he said I can do it. We change can to could. He said that he could do it. And if it's an imperative form, yeah, we use an infinitive. Look, he said call her, so he said to call her, okay? For example, he said do it, he said to do it. Good. Well, next, so reported speech part 3. So you have these questions, yeah? Where is he? And you need to say it in reported speech. So she asked where he was, okay? So you put, the subject in the first place. So subject, and then you use object, okay? So he was, because it's an indirect question, yeah? So we asked where is he, but if it's reported speech or if it's an indirect question, so we replace it. So right, we put here before is. She asked where he was. She asked where he was, subject plus object. Next, where does he work? So she asked where he worked, yeah, subject plus object. What did he do yesterday? So she asked what he had done yesterday. So it's one time before, it's also one time before, but not yesterday, yeah? As you might guess, what we had done the day before, yeah? You know that we changed yesterday, to the day before, okay? Good. So you remember that we changed now to then and yesterday to the day before. So where will he go? Where will he go? So she asked where he would go. We change will to would. Okay, next, yes and no questions in reported speech. So do you like it? yeah, he asked me. So if it's a yes or no question, or if it's a general question, yeah, we also call it general questions. So if your answer can be yes or no, so it's a general question. Good. So do you like it? He asked me if I like it, so you put if. Did you do it? He asked me if I had done it. So one time before, you see had done, and we add if. Okay? Will you come? He asked me if, yeah? We always use if in general questions in reported speech, yeah? If I would come, and we change will to would. Okay? You know that I have one more question for you. Is it right or wrong? He asked me whether it was right or wrong. So you know that we use if, but sometimes we use whether. We use whether mostly in such cases when we have a choice with or, yes, this or that. So if there is a choice, this or that, so native speakers, so as people say, mostly use whether, yeah. He asked me whether it was right or wrong. So we are using whether here because of or, because of this choice. Good. The next structure, want you to, okay? So I want you to do something, okay? So I want you to speak English perfectly. It means that I really want it, okay? I expect it. So if you speak English perfectly, I'll be the happiest person in the world, yeah? I'll be the happiest person in the world. That's why I'm here. That's why the channel was created. It's the mission of this channel, of this international channel. Yeah, so I want you to go there with me. So it means that if you go there, I'll be happy and really want it. I really want it, okay? Good. Next. So, you know that people pronounce these words differently, either neither or either neither. It depends on British or American pronunciation, yeah? So British, either neither, American, either neither, okay? So when there is a choice, of two things, so when there is a choice of two things, we say either or, okay? So either he or she can do it. So it means that, so he or she, yeah? Either he or she can do it. If it's a negative form, for example, he can't do it and she can't do it, so they can't do it, so you use neither he nor she, yeah, can do it. So the main thing is that you need to keep in mind that we use or with either and nor with neither. Well, next. One more structure. I like it. So do I. So do I. It means I like it too. I like it. I like it too. Okay. So do I. So you know it's quite common in in English conversations. So I like it. So do I. I like it too. Well, next. I go to the gym from time to time. So do I. So do I. Okay. So do I. I means I do it too. I like it too. So do I. So I also go there. Well, have something done. Have something done. Okay. Look. Please look at these sentences. I repaired my car. So if you say I repaired my car, it means that you repaired it with your hands, yeah? But I think that's not true. And you need to say I had my car repaired. It means that your car was repaired, but not by you. Okay? Your car was repaired. Your car was repaired. So I repaired my car. So you did it with your hands. You did it with your hands, yeah? I had my car repaired. Next, I cut my hair. So if you say I cut my hair, it means that you took a pair of scissors. Okay? You took a pair of scissors. You took a pair of scissors and what? And cut it by yourself. but I think that's not true, yeah? So, and we say, I had my hair cut. I had my hair cut. Well done. Let's talk about comparative forms. So it's very important, comparative forms and English adjectives, okay? English adjectives. Let's talk about English adjectives and comparative forms. It's very important, really. Right. Well, how do we use a comparative form, really? If it's a short adjective, we usually add er, okay? So if it's a short adjective, okay, we mostly add er, okay? So longer. This story is longer. Good. Shorter. This story is shorter. So if it's a long adjective, okay, so if it's a long adjective, okay, we mostly add more. Before an adjective, okay? So I hope that's clear. Look, please. Beautiful, more beautiful. This picture is more beautiful than that one. So we say more beautiful than something, okay? More beautiful than that one. Good. Superlative form, okay? So if it's a short adjective, we usually add est. So look, shortest, okay? So this is a very good way of learning English. It's the shortest way, or is the shortest one. So the shortest, yeah. And if we look at this superlative form, we always use the. So the shortest is the shortest one. If it's a long adjective, we use the most, okay? For example, the most important, the most beautiful, the most interesting. It's the most interesting thing. Okay, yeah. But you know, there are some exceptions. Look, good, the best, yeah? So he showed the best result. So good, yeah? Good, better, the best. He showed the best result. Bad, worse, the worst. It's the worst result. Much, more, the most, okay? Little, less, the least, okay? So you can say it's the most important thing for me, or it's the least important thing for me, so it has the opposite meaning, okay? And far, so you can say farther or further, and if you want as a superlative form, so the farthest or the furthest. Good, very good. Well, so let's talk about one difficult thing, which I think is for advanced inversion, okay? So you need to remember this structure: no sooner than and hardly, no sooner had. You need to remember this structure: no sooner had plus than, and hardly had plus when. So these structures have the same idea. They mean the same. Look, no sooner had I left home. So how do you use this structure? So no sooner, then you use had, yeah, plus subject plus past participle, okay? So I hope that's clear. Then use then subject plus past simple, okay? So please look at this structure. No sooner had I left home, had plus subject, I is a subject, past participle left is past participle, then yeah, subject, I is a subject, and got is it's past simple. So no sooner had I left home than I got a call. So what does it mean? It means that I left home and immediately I got a call. I got a call immediately, okay? So I left home, it means I left home and I got a call, and I got a call immediately, and I got a call immediately, okay? Good. So you can also, so no sooner had I left home than I got a call. You can also use hardly had, the same idea, but you need to use when instead of them. So hardly had I left home when I got a call. Okay, so the same thing, but we use when instead of then. And there is one more interesting structure: under no circumstances. Under no circumstances, it means that will I do it? And we use the opposite word order. We use the opposite word order in inversion. The opposite word, we use the opposite word order in inversion, okay? Under no circumstances will I do it. So I will never do it. It means I will never do it, okay? I will never do it. So what does it mean, circumstances? It means different situations. So maybe there will be different situations, but I will never do it, okay? Good. And there is a similar structure, no way. It means that it has the same meaning as no circumstances, but this structure, it sounds a little formal. It's formal. And this structure, no way, is informal. Okay? It has the same meaning. It means that I'll never do it, okay? So no way will I consider it, or will I think about it. So generally we say I will, but we use the opposite word order with inversion. So no way will I consider it. And there is one more great structure, not only but also. Not only but also. Please have a look at this structure too. It's also very important, really. Well, we use the opposite word order after not only. Look, not only is she clever, it means she is also clever, but she is also very beautiful. Okay, so you can say it without this inversion. She is very clever and she is very beautiful. But if you use not only, you need to use the opposite word order here. So you use is she instead of she is, and you also say but she is also very beautiful. Okay, so the next very important thing is doing, doing something. So what does it mean, doing something? Okay, so learning English here, I feel great progress. It means, so when I learn English here, I feel great progress. Okay, so when I learn English here, I feel great progress. Okay, so it's in process. So this action is, it's in process. Well, reading English books, I also get pleasure. It means that when I read, okay, it means when I read English books, I also get pleasure. Well, having done, it's the same structure, but about the past. Having done something, so it's about the past. Look. So having done my homework, I went out. It means that I did my homework and then I went out. I did my homework and then I went out. Okay, so I did my homework and then I went out. Next, so having read, having done something, having done my homework, I went out. Having read the book, Yeah, you remember read, read, read. Having read the book, yeah, I decided to read it one more time, or I decided to read it again. So it means that I read that book, and then I decided to read it again one more time. Well, so let's talk about one more important thing, so about English prepositions, yeah? When do we use to, and when do we use ing, yeah? And you know that students often make mistakes here. Well, generally we put to, so generally we put to between two verbs, okay? Between two verbs, okay? Look, I want to do it, yeah? I want to do it. We say want to do something, you need to remember it. Want to do something, okay? I want to do it, okay? So you see, so this structure, you see this structure. So verb plus to plus verb, okay? So right, sometimes, yeah, it's with to. If it's another preposition, so let's write it down because this idea is very important. If it's another preposition, not to, okay? So you need to use, so you say preposition plus verb, okay? I'll correct it in a second, don't worry. So okay, so you see, you need to say, yeah, preposition plus verb plus ing. So if it's another preposition, yeah, so of, on, off, you need to use ing after the verb, okay? Look, I'm afraid of doing it. So why do we use doing? Because it's another preposition, not to, and it's a rule. Please remember it. It's a rule. Okay, it's a rule. Please remember it. Of doing it. I'm afraid of doing it. I'm keen on reading it. Okay, so keen on means I like it. Yeah, I really like it. I'm interested in it. So keen on. So it's another preposition, not to, and we add ing on reading. Okay, so I put off doing my homework. It's a phrasal verb. So have a look at our playlist on phrasal verbs. So it means postponed. I decided to do it later. So put off doing something. Well, so the same situation. So we use ing because we have another preposition, not to. Well, so what about ing and to? Yeah, so infinitive, gerund and infinitive. Yeah, we also call it gerund and infinitive. Well, we use ing after some verbs. We use ing, okay, or we use ing after some words. Such as, okay, such as, okay, love, watch, yeah, watching, enjoy, it means really like it, avoid, when you try not to do it. Okay, please have a look. I love singing. Say love doing, so I love singing. I hate watching. We say hate doing, hate watching this kind of movies. I enjoy learning English, enjoy doing. It means you really like it. And she avoids talking to him. It means, yeah, avoid doing. It means that she doesn't want to talk to him, really. Well, what about suggest? You know that we often use it when we speak, and students make mistakes with this word again and again. We say suggest doing something, okay? So suggest doing something. Please remember it. Suggest doing something, okay? Suggest doing something. I suggest doing it, okay? So I suggest doing it. Or you can use another structure, yeah? So if you need to use one more subject, so I is the first subject and we is the second subject. If you need to use one more subject, so you use suggest that. Suggest that plus present simple, okay? Suggest that plus present simple. Plus present simple, okay? So I suggest that we do it, or we can also use should, okay? I suggest that we should do it, okay? It's very important. Well, so in other words, yeah, you say suggest doing something. If it's one subject, I suggest doing it. So you can say, so if there are two subjects, you say suggest that plus present simple. I suggest that we do it without should or with should. I suggest that we should do it. Or yeah, if it's one subject, it suggests doing. I suggest going to the cinema. Well, very good. Very good. Next. So what is next? So ing, yeah. We also use ing with can't stand, yeah, can't stand doing something. I can't stand talking to him. It means I hate it. I hate it, okay? I hate it. I can't bear going to that place. It also means I can't, you know, I hate it. I hate going to that place. I can't help laughing. It's also I can't help doing something. It means I can't stop. It means I can't stop. I can't stop. I can't stop laughing. Yeah. And after mind, yes. Would you mind? Would you mind closing the window? Would you mind doing something? Would you mind opening the door? Okay. So can't stand, can't bear, can't help, and would you mind? Well, very good. And just shortly about very and absolutely. It's very and absolutely. You know that we use very before strong, sorry, before weak adjectives, before adjectives, normal adjectives, yeah, and we also call them weak adjectives, okay, weak adjectives, and we use absolutely, so before strong adjectives, okay, before strong adjectives, okay, we use absolutely before strong adjectives, okay, so it's a rule. Please have a look. It's very interesting, okay, but it's absolutely fascinating. So fascinating means extremely interesting, and you can't say very fascinating. So if it's a strong adjective, you need to know them. So we use absolutely. It's absolutely fascinating, okay? Look, it's very good or it's wonderful, yeah? But you can't say it's very wonderful. You need to say it's absolutely wonderful, because wonderful is a strong adjective, okay? Look, these conditions are bad, so you can make it sound stronger, very bad, or awful, yeah, awful, or absolutely awful. It's stronger than awful, stronger than awful. Good. Well, what about adjectives and prepositions? You know that there are some adjectives, you know, after which you need to choose to use a certain preposition, So you need to remember accustomed to doing something. I'm accustomed to teaching English. It means I'm used to it. I'm used to it. Yeah. So it's okay for me. It became normal. I'm accustomed to teaching English, to doing something. Capable of. He is capable of leading this team. It means that he can do it. He can do it. Okay. Good. I was bitterly disappointed with my result. So bitterly or greatly disappointed with my result, greatly upset, sad, okay, disappointed with my result. I was surprised, yeah. So what preposition do we need to use after surprised and amazed? So it can be at or by. So you can say, I was surprised at the news, or I was surprised by the news, okay? I was amazed at her unusual behavior, or I was amazed by her unusual behavior. Well, what about verbs and prepositions? So it's the same thing. So there are some verbs, you need to know them, and you need to use a certain preposition after them. okay? So you need to use a certain preposition after some verbs, okay? So let me give you some examples. So he was accused of stealing money. So we say accused of, yeah, he was accused of doing something, yeah? You remember this rule that if it's another preposition, not to, we use verb plus ing, okay? So he was accused of stealing money. Okay, I approve of this idea. Approve of. So it's okay for me. So yeah, I like this idea. This book consists of 4 chapters. It means, yeah, consists of we say, yeah, we say so, and it means there are 4 chapters. It means there are 4 chapters. There are 4 chapters in this. There are 4 chapters in this book. Okay, I feel like doing something. Do you know the meaning of feel like doing? I feel like drinking a cup of tea. It means I want to drink. I want to drink a cup of tea. So feel like doing something means want to do something. Okay, and I prepared for this exam. Say prepared for. I prepared for this exam. Okay, so you just need to remember these verbs. Well, what is next? So yeah, noun plus preposition. Look, we say demand for. There is a big demand for this kind of services. It means that many people want to, you know, okay, to have these services. So many people want it. So demand. Okay. Next, we got an invitation to the party. You know that we say invite to. For example, he invited me to the party. And if it's a noun, yeah, we also use to, invitation to. We got an invitation to the party, okay? And search for. I'm in search for love. So you know that search can be a noun, yeah? Like here, we see it here, and search can be a verb, yeah? For example, what are you searching for? What are you searching? What are you searching for, or what are you looking for? So what are you searching for, or you know, what are you looking for, or what are you looking for? So it can be a noun and a verb. Yeah, very good. So and I hope that maybe you use some interesting grammar structures and words too. Good. Well, what about ed and ing? We say it's interesting, but please remember this phrase. I'm interested in, right? And I feel interested. So we say ed, okay? We use ed. And also I got interested in something, or I became interested in something, okay? So it's interesting, but I'm interested in it. I feel interested in it. I got interested in it. So got means became. I became interested in it. Look, it's surprising. Yeah, it's surprising. Yeah, so we describe it. So when we use it, we use ing. We use ing when we describe some things. Okay, we use ing when we describe some things. When we describe some things, yeah, you see, and we use ed. So with people, it's usually so, yeah, with people, I'm, or I feel, okay. So we use ing when we describe some things, okay, for example, or when we describe something or some things. So it's interesting, and we use ed, and we generally use ed with people. I'm feel, okay? So I feel interested, or I'm interested. Look, it's surprising, so we describe, so we say, we use ing, and I'm surprised, yes? So I feel surprised by this fact. You know, surprised by or at. Well done. So what about prefixes? So on. So it's unfair. it means it isn't fair, it isn't right. So these suffixes so have opposite meanings, have opposite meanings. Okay, unfair, it's unfair, it isn't fair, it isn't right. Dis, okay, it's a huge disadvantage, advantage, disadvantage. In, I prefer to talk about it informally. Okay, well, so when should we use on, dis, and in? So is there any rules? You need to remember it, yeah. But if we look at this prefix in, yeah, there is a rule, there is a general rule that we use it after, that we use it before M and P, yeah. So if you see it, look, moral, yeah, the first letter is M, and you say immoral, it's immoral. He is so impolite, yeah, the first letter is P, impolite. Okay, next. And there are also some rules, about ill and ir. Okay, so we use ill if the word starts with L, it's illegal, it's against the law, and we use ir if the word starts with R, yeah, irregular. Learn irregular verbs. Yeah. So you need to memorize. Words, with on, dis, in. It comes from practice, and there are some rules, yeah, concerning im, il, and ir. Okay, good. Well, what about suffixes? Yeah, some suffixes for nouns. So you see, goodness. So what do you know about happiness? Happiness. So it's a suffix for nouns. Meant. I teach management at university. Yeah, that's true. I taught management at university, and you know that I worked at university for about 6 years full time. So it was, I suppose, a great experience. Lots of communication with teachers, different colleagues, students, and it helped me. Yeah, it helped me in some way. But it's in the past. I still work there last year, so just I chose YouTube and other projects. So they, it's more interesting for me. Well, next, Asian. What do you think about globalization? Okay, really, what do you think about it? L, I need his approval. Th, yeah, I don't know the depth of this problem, how deep it is. Yeah, er or or, so we often use it with different professions. Okay, I'm an English teacher. Yeah, I'm an English teacher, right? And you know that I've been teaching English for a long time. So I'm 30, and I started teaching English when I was 17. Yeah, so it was 13 years ago, and I can use present perfect continuous here. So I've been learning English for more than 10 years, and to be more exact, I've been doing it, for 13 years, yeah, full time. So I think that I have enough experience. I'm really ready, and I'm ready to share my knowledge with you. Yeah, and I think that this video format is great. Yeah, that we are together, we are strong together, and thanks a lot for your support. Okay, well, so suffixes for adjectives and adverbs. Yeah, full and less. So these are very common adjectives for adjectives. You are very beautiful. So full means full of. Okay, it means full of beauty. Full of beauty. Good. So careful. Yeah. He's a very careful driver, so full of care. And less means without. Less means without. So I hope you know it. So he's a very careless driver. So he drives, yeah, very carelessly, without care. Inly, you know that many adverbs have this suffix. We live happily. We live happily. So really, let's live happily. Well, some verb suffixes or suffixes for verbs, I's, yes. I'd like to emphasize one thing, yeah. I'd like to actually, put an emphasis on one thing, yeah. Or I'd like to draw your attention to one thing. So different phrases, different vocabulary. And let me clarify my point. You see, in. So I was going to shorten this lesson. So I was going to make it, shorter. And I think it's short because all, as I would say, all intermediate upper intermediate grammar and some points of advanced grammar. Yeah, you can see in this video. I think that's amazing. And one of our favorite subjects is phrasal verbs. Yeah, really, I really like this subject, and you know, we have a great course, 250 phrasal verbs. Please have a look at this video, and I'm ready to make new interesting courses on phrasal verbs with exercises if you support this idea. If you don't support this idea, if not, so maybe I'll change my mind, I'll change my point of view. Okay, so get on, it means, yeah, look, it has several meanings, and you know that sometimes phrasal verbs have more than one meaning, but you need to know just the main meaning, the main maybe 2 or 3 meanings. Okay, I got on the bus, yeah, is the first meaning. So I got on the bus, so I wanted to take it, so and then I got on the bus, and you know, it's get on well. It means to have good relations. I get on well with them. It means I have good relations. Okay, I have good relations. I have good relations. Have good relations with them. And how you are getting on, it means, so how is your progress? How is your progress? So how are you? How is your progress? Okay, so make up, yeah, our society is made up of different organizations, so it means that it has a meaning of consist, okay, is made up, and we use it in passive. We often use it in passive, so our society is made up of different organizations. I made up this story. It means that I created it, or I invented. I created or I invented this story, so I made up. It's in my imagination. It was in my imagination. And work out, so it also has more than one meaning. So I can't work it out means I can't understand it. Or I like working out in a gym, so it means I like doing physical exercise in a gym. So I have one recommendation for you. Have a look at our playlists. Have a look at our video 250 phrasal verbs. We also have a great video 300 phrasal verbs, yeah, which are very common in speaking. And I think that you'll understand this subject much better. Just you need to understand that there are phrasal verbs. It's very important to know them, and some of them have more than one meaning. So you'll see lots of examples. So and let's enjoy learning English together, shall we?